12 using color C, we're going to join with a standing double crochet in any corner space. We're then going to work one more double crochet, 2 chains and 2 double crochets into that same space. Then into the next 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're going to work a back post double crochet. You get that nice little pattern forming over here. Then into the next 18 stitches we're going to do a back post half double crochet. Again, we're just turning the circle into a square, so slight adjustments. So 18 of these little back post double crochets. That's the ends from the last round. As you get towards these single crochets, you might find that they're just a little bit more tricky. Just take your time and make sure you get your hook in to the correct place, and just be patient with yourself. There is no hurry. Make sure you don't pick up 2 together, and just work all the way along until you've done 18 of these half double crochets, back post half double crochets. Two, 3, 4, 5. We've got another 4 to do. I was talking too much, so I lost count. You should now have 5 stitches left before the corner, and into those 5 you're going to work a back post double crochet. So I'm working up towards the second corner. Okay, then into that next corner we're going to work 2 double crochets, 2 chains and 2 double crochets. We're then going to repeat from our back post double crochet around each of the next 5 stitches, and then you're going to do your 18 back post half double crochets into the next 18 stitches, and then your back post double crochet into the next 5, and then you'll be at the next corner. So continue until you've completed the round and you're back at the beginning. You can then join either with your slip stitch or with your invisible join, and I will see you for the next round, which is a nice easy one, shortly. Round 13, we're going to be using color B, and in this round we're actually going to decrease 1 stitch per side. This is to bring our stitch count to an odd number, which will accommodate the next round. To assist you to remember, it's recommended that you mark these 4 decrease stitches before you start the round. The decrease stitch will be the first stitch after each corner single crochet, which will be this little stitch here. It's also known as the hidden stitch. It appears just after the chain 2, and that's it over there. So mark that stitch just to remind you to skip it. And then we're going to be, if I can find the end of my yarn, we'll start by making a single crochet in any of your corners. Standing single crochet. There we go. And then 2 chains and another single crochet in the same corner space. Then skipping this little marked stitch there, working over it into the next stitch, and we will then do 31 little single crochets all the way along this edge. So if you continue and just wait for me at the start of the next corner, I'll talk you through that corner. Right, I have done the 31 single crochets and I'm now at the next corner. Into this corner work single crochet, 2 chain, single crochet. Again, there's our little marked stitch. Skip that one and then continue and work your 31 single crochets along the edge. Okay, continue like this until you're back at the beginning of the round. You can join either with an invisible join or a slip stitch and fasten off and be ready for round 14. Moving on to round 14, which is probably the most interesting round so far. We're going to join with a standing double crochet 3 together in any of our chain 2 spaces. So starting with the standing double crochet, take off the first 2 stitches but don't take off the last 2, and then make another partial double crochet and another partial double crochet. You should then have 4 loops on your hook and then pull through all of the loops on the hook. We're then going to do a chain 3 and then a perpendicular 2 double crochet cluster. That is going to go into these first 2 stitches over there. Just take that out again and show you. Slip it into the top of that there and into the very next stitch there. Pull up a loop, take off 2. Again, back into those 2 stitches there, pull up a loop, take off 2. You now have your perpendicular 2 double crochet cluster, and we complete it by pulling through all 3 loops. Then we're going to skip a stitch, so this will be the stitch we skip, and into the next stitch we're going to work over 3 stitches, 3 double crochet 3 together. So 1, 2, 3. So working a double crochet 3 together over 3 stitches and finishing it off. And then again 3 chains, and again our perpendicular, I picked up 1 too many, double crochet cluster, and there we have it. Then skipping a stitch, and then over the next 3 stitches work a double crochet 3 together. Right, so this is what it should look like. So continue working your repeats all the way to the next corner. Just before the next corner, wait for me and I'll take you around the corner. Okay, I've now worked along this first edge and I'm just before the next corner. You should have 1 stitch left before the corner. Now into that corner we're going to work a double crochet 3 together into the same corner space. On the side you work it over 3 stitches, in the corners you work it over the same space. And then again our 3 chain and our perpendicular 2 double crochet cluster. Oops, picked up 1 too many again. There we go. And then skipping the stitch out, just coming out of the corner, and then working a double crochet 3 together over the next 3 stitches. And that is what your corner should look like. And then over here we will continue exactly the same as we have for the first edge. So the next step will be our 3 chains and a perpendicular 2 double crochet cluster. Please work that all the way around until you're back at your beginning point over here. Wait for me before you join. I just want to show you exactly the right position to join in. So I will see you there. Right, I'm now at the end of this row 14 and we now need to join. Just take this starting stitch and pull it slightly and you see it'll open up. Just slip stitch into there. And then 1, 2, 3 as your first double crochet, and then another 2 into that same space, and 2 more chain and 3 more double crochets into the same space. So into that corner space there you've got your standing double crochet, slip stitch join, 3 chains, 2 more double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets. Don't worry if your corners seem to be pulling a little bit from the previous round. This round now will sort that out. Then we do chain 1, and then just so that you know which is exactly the right spot to work into, pull your stitch apart like that, and there. Just work into that space there. So we've done 1 chain and we're now going to work 3 double crochets into that. Stitch between the perpendicular 2 double crochet clusters, and then separate again with 1 chain and again into that space between 3 double crochets. Chain 1 and 3 double crochets. Right, continue along this side doing exactly that, and you can finish with 1 chain and wait for me and I'll take you around the next corner. Okay, I'm at the next corner. We finished with a chain 1, and now into that same space as you've been working down the sides, do your 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets to form a corner. And then chain 1, and again we'll repeat exactly what we did previously along the next edge. 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. Continue like this until you are all the way around the square and back over here. You can then join either with a slip stitch or an invisible join into that first chain 3 and fasten off, secure ends, and we will move on to round 16 shortly.